Hi guys, my name is Sohan, and so I'm a member of the Teen Advisory Board at the Science Center. And so, of course, as you may know from when you're attending the opening ceremony for Falling into STEM, we are holding a virtual science fair contest in lieu of the Arizona Science and Engineering Fair that happened that was canceled back in March or April due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Of course, for this fair, you're gonna have some different prizes. You might not get a bid to ISEF, but it's still a fun plan in order to get your ideas across and to do a fun STEM project and the 5-minute time cap that you have for your video to submit. And so that's the main challenge about it, that you have 5 minutes to do your science fair project, unlike ASEF, which you might have 15 minutes to sort of talk to the judges about what you're gonna do. So of course this video serves as an example of what you can go through within the 5 minutes. So you know what I'm gonna do obviously by seeing the baking soda and vinegar, but looking at this right now, objectively the goal of my experiment is to determine whether or not when I mix baking soda and vinegar together I'll attain a chemical reaction. You probably know what's gonna happen, but my hypothesis is that if I do mix 1/2 a teaspoon of baking soda and 1/4 cup of vinegar, then I will attain a chemical reaction due to the different molecules in the substances reacting together within the glass cup. And so obviously for my materials, you can see that I've my container of vinegar right here, my box of baking soda right here, my 1/2 a teaspoon measuring spoon of baking soda right here, my 1/4 cup of rice vinegar right here, and then my glass cup. So on to the experiment. Let's do this. Okay. So if you want to come forward. Okay, so I'm gonna mix the baking soda into the vinegar right now. Okay. And so, as shown, it's starting to foam up and bubble up almost immediately after I placed it in. And those are my observations, that it's continuing to bubble. It's probably been 15, maybe 20 seconds. And so it's still occurring. And yeah. And so objectively, what I can say is, from my observations, this experiment does validate my hypothesis, for the reason being that one of the characteristics of a chemical reaction would be the formation of bubbles or the formation of a gas being released. Whenever you see bubbles being released by a chemical reaction, that's a signal that there's a gas being released. And within this experiment, baking soda is just a fancy name for sodium bicarbonate, and vinegar is a fancy name for diluted acetic acid. And so vinegar hydrogen ions are actually donated to the sodium bicarbonate to make carbonic acid and sodium acetate. And this occurs within a acid-base reaction. Now next, you have the decomposition reaction, in which carbonic acid decomposes into water and carbon dioxide. So the bubbles which are the gas is actually carbon dioxide, and the liquid left in the glass cup is actually diluted sodium acetate. So this concludes my experiment, and as shown, this is what you can do in the 5 minutes that you have of the video. Thank you so much.